everybody, SonGoshuaku here! And 2 days ago, we got hit with the news that Dragon Ball Super is pretty much right now ending in March. It will be replacing its 9 a.m. time slot by GG no Kitaro. And, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and give my thoughts on this. Well, let's be honest. No, of course not. I'm not gonna be like that. And granted, don't get me wrong, Dragon Ball is my all-time favorite anime manga series. But no, I actually think this is a good thing. So let me break it down here. As much as I love Dragon Ball Super, let's be honest, a lot of us Dragon Ball fans that have been really hardcore for this series, whether you grew up watching the original Japanese version in the 80s and 90s, or you ended up, like many of us here in the US, saw the series, the English dub, back in the late 90s through 2000s, a lot of us that have stuck through and really analyze and critique the crap out of this series know that Dragon Ball Super is interesting because it's like we all waited 20, 15 plus years depending when you started on this series, and now it's like, oh, just like that, it's over. And we all still never got that story beyond Oob and Goku after they leave the Tenkaichi Budokai. So yeah. But here's why I think it's a good thing. The way this whole story, the way Dragon Ball Super is written as a whole. So we all know Akira Toriyama writes the monologues for Dragon Ball Super, and then he gives that to Toyotaro and Toei Animation. From there, you have, at least for the anime side, you have several different writers writing for Dragon Ball Super. And when you have multiple writers involved, it gets to a point where it's like, you know, one person wants to go in this direction, the next person wants to go that direction, and then the series seems like it's going in multiple directions to us, the viewers. And this will give Toei Animation and the writers to kind of sort of rework and rewrite things out. Like, here's something I personally would love to see. When Toriyama Akira is done writing his story monologues, I would love to see one writer for Dragon Ball Super who really knows his stuff about Dragon Ball, is very passionate, and he would like to come along and sort of basically take Toriyama's ideas and has a great vision for it. I would also love to see a huge continuity editor and someone who can, you know, keep track of all those inconsistencies be added, because let's be honest, folks, as Dragon Ball fans, as much as we love this series, oh my gosh, when it comes to those plot holes and inconsistencies. But yeah, I hope you guys get where you're following where I'm coming from. Seeing someone who has a great vision for Toriyama's monologues to basically help structure Dragon Ball Super would definitely be a much welcome addition. Now, as far as the series go, we do understand that Dragon Ball Super, the Dragon Ball franchise as a whole, is continuing. There is a movie being released in December of 2018 in Japan. Hopefully it gets a worldwide release, so that way we could all see it here. I would love to see an English dub release with and have it get a big worldwide release. That'd be so awesome. And with that said in mind, this is going to allow Toei Animation take all their best animators and focus on the movie. That means this movie is going to look visually stunning, and hopefully the story is awesome as well. So this definitely is a huge plus. It might be a calculated risk because there's going to be no focus on Dragon Ball and TV, meaning that once December gets here, we're all focusing on Dragon Ball, the new movie for Dragon Ball, and hopefully it's a big success, because if it's a huge success, then imagine basically this is just going to further elevate the whole renaissance. But we don't know if the movie's going to take place before, you know, even Bardock, or if it's going to basically be a continuation of where Super ends off with the Tournament of Power, or if it's going to be a time skip that leads to the ending of Dragon Ball Z. We don't know, but it is good that the focus and the resources are going to go into this movie. So I'm pretty sure Toei Animation is very confident about this movie. Now, with that said in mind, Toyotaro is still going to continue the manga. This will allow the manga to catch up to the anime. And on top of that, for us fans here in the US, this is also also going to allow Funimation to get further with the dub, as tonight, as the recording of this video tonight, the Future Trunks saga will debut in America on Toonami. So that's going to be huge. And this is not the end of Dragon Ball, one way or another. Whether this story continues with a sequel to Dragon Ball Super after the movie, or the series continues in the movie. And plus, we got Dragon Ball FighterZ coming out in a few days, I think this upcoming week. So, obviously, there's so much money that has been made in Dragon Ball. There's a lot to still celebrate. I don't think there's a reason for us as fans to get sad, because we should rejoice. Dragon Ball is going nowhere. It has made too much money in this renaissance. So let's see this as a huge blessing in disguise, to be honest. And like I said, this might be the end of Dragon Ball Super. They might come back with another series. I definitely know this is not the end of Dragon Ball. There's way too much money being made in this. Now, here's will be my thoughts, though. If this is basically the ending of Dragon Ball Super, and it just basically ended up being extra episodes for Dragon Ball Z before you get to the ending of where we are in Z, it's interesting. You know, we still have been waiting, what, almost 21 years now to get that true story from Toriyama Akira's vision. You know, outside of Dragon Ball Online, we're waiting for our own, that vision basically from Toriyama, what happened right after Goku and Oob left the tournament. So we're just gonna have to sit and wait and see, but I think the future of Dragon Ball looks very, very bright. Now, I will end at this. The movie comes out and it's a big success, and they decide to announce Dragon Ball Super, or a new Dragon Ball series, is returning, and the first 15 episodes are gonna be a retelling of what we just saw in the movie, having been waiting 9 months for new Dragon Ball television content. That's just gonna make me, Hey guys, make sure to subscribe, follow up by hitting that notification bell to get notified every time I release a new video, as well as like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links are all in the description below. Now, allow me to go ahead and take a breather. Whew.